Hello my beautiful loves and welcome back to my channel. First video of the new month. The queen has defrosted and declared that it is time, which means spooky season is now officially over. But as you can see from my outfit and my backdrop, I still have a little bit of spooky left in my soul that I want to hold on to. So I am going to be using this Corpse Bride palette today. I got this last month when me and Fifi, you should know who Fifi is by this point. I've explained it enough times. I'm not going to keep saying it. If you don't know who Fifi is at this point, you must be new or just late to the party. I don't know what to tell you. But I went with Fifi and my sister. We went to TJ Maxx. I got a bunch of different palettes. I got this contour palette. I got this Elsa palette, which is very pretty, by the way. Very pretty. TJ Maxx actually has a lot of good stuff. This was my first time ever going. And I was honestly surprised by the stuff they had. This is the Morphe palette. I've never had a Morphe palette. Well, yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. That was a lie. I've had a Morphe palette before. And this is the Winnie the Pooh palette, which is also very pretty. And a lot of the looks are named after the characters. Like, this one's named after Rabbit. This one's Piglet, Eeyore, Roo, Tigger, Kanga, Christopher Robin, Owl. Very cute. And my favorite one is this one. So we're going to be using the Corpse Bride palette because, like I said, I want to hold on to spooky season. I got a little bit left in my soul and I'm going to get it out using this. But TJ Maxx, really cute store. It was my first time ever going, and honestly, this stuff was way cheaper than I thought. I don't know why in my head I was like, TJ Maxx is such a bougie, expensive store. Because we don't really have one where I live. The only big store that we have around here is the Walmart. And everybody and their mama knows everybody. It's just life of living in the South. Everyone knows everyone. So, yeah. Pretty much only got Walmart. So, when I went to TJ Maxx, I was like, ooh, bougie. And then I got there and I started looking in their makeup section, and this palette was $10. This Morphe palette was $13. The Elsa one was $8. This contour palette was $5, and the Winnie the Pooh palette was $8. So pretty much most of these palettes, apart from the Morphe palette, and yeah, the Morphe palette was the most expensive one and it was $13. Everything else was pretty much less than $10. So I was really surprised by their pricing, but I'm going to get this out at some point and we'll get into it. Okay, an embarrassing amount of time later, I got it out. This is what it's looking like. Oh, it's the plastic. This is what it's looking like. It's very cute. It is a little brighter than I was expecting, but I love it. I especially love the palette itself. Is so cute, and it moves, and has some pretty good ASMR. But yeah, not exactly what I was expecting when I opened this. I was expecting something a little more darker, a little grayer. But this is very warm and bright and brown. So we're still going to use it though. It's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. I do think that the palette itself is cuter than the actual color scheme, but that's just my personal opinion. But of course, we can't do the Corpse Bride palette without doing something a little spooky. So I am going to attempt to do a Tim Burton style makeup look. I've actually never tried it before. I am not being the Corpse Bride. I want to make that very clear. I know we're using the Corpse Bride palette, and we are going to be inspired by Tim Burton's style, but I'm not being Corpse Bride. I'm not sitting here painting myself like the bride. I'm not sitting here painting myself like Victor, I think is his name. Maybe. I haven't seen Corpse Bride in forever. I did not watch any spooky movies this year. I know. All month long, I didn't watch I didn't even watch It. If you can't tell from the clown and Pennywise of I Love It. I didn't even watch it this year. So I'm slacking, but we're going to get into it. I'm going to get my hair out the way. I'm going to block my brows because Tim Burton, very thin eyebrows, and I have very not thin eyebrows. So I'm going to block my brows, get my hair out of my way, change out of this because I definitely do not want to mess up my Jack shirt. And I will be right back. Jump scare. Okay, so we got the hair back. Y'all are just gonna have to look at my luscious, beautiful 5 head. And yes, it got some wrinkles, and you're probably gonna see them throughout this video. Why? Because I'm human. I'm not one of those makeup people that got Botox and no filter. Over here, with me, what you see is what you get. And right now, what you're getting is some very oatmeal eyebrows because I did not cover them very good today. But it's okay. We're gonna ignore it. So as I'm looking at Tim Burton's characters, he definitely has very much a niche of pale skin, gray cool tone contour, big eyes, and very thin whimsical eyebrows. So I'm going to wing it on these eyebrows and hope for the best. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, maybe something like this. Is this one higher than this one? Yes. But is it bothering me? Not really. Usually yes, but because we're going like Tim Burton style, I feel like them being a little uneven is gonna make my face look like it has like this sad, worried expression, which I feel like is perfect. Because I'm not saying all of his characters look sad, but 95% of them are walking around looking like they're sad. So I think these are gonna work. I'm gonna go clean them up and then we'll put on the foundation. Okay, honestly, I don't hate them. I'm low-key in love. So now we're going to do the foundation. I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is 110 Porcelain. It's the palest foundation that I have. Because I kind of went through a lot of my stuff during spooky season and I haven't had a chance to resupply my makeup. So we're just going to use this. And I just hit the microphone. I apologize. I also am sorry if you can hear any chirping in the background. If you follow me on TikTok, you probably already know, but I have baby chicks in my closet, and they're being very noisy right now. So I do apologize if you can hear them, but I'm just going to take this foundation with a brush, and I'm going to smear it all over my face, and then we will blend it in using a beauty blender. And now I'm just going to beat that into my skin using a dirty beauty blender because I'm too lazy to wash my tools. So, and don't forget the neck. Alright, we got the foundation blended in. Now I'm going in with this Baya Cool Tone Contour. This one is in 102. And usually I do my contour on top of my cheekbone, but because we're doing Tim Burton style, I'm actually going to bring it down to the hollow of my cheek, like my natural cheekbone. Right there. I'm going to go right underneath that to hollow out my face and give it that more sunken, zombie-esque type look. Because I feel like that's very Tim Burton. So, everybody kind of low-key just looks like a zombie. A sad, depressed zombie with their thin eyebrows. But so that's what we're going to go for. And for the nose, we want to go as skinny as possible because everybody seems to have these really tiny noses. So we're going to try to mimic that as best that we can. And now I'm just taking a different beauty blender and I'm going to go through and start blending that out. Now I'm going in with this LA Color White Concealer and we are going to just clean up all of the contours and make ourselves a little paler because why not? This is honestly low-key my everyday base routine, so am I low-key a Tim Burton character? Apart from my eyebrows, obviously. Usually I walk around with very big 2016 eyebrows. But I don't hate the thin eyebrows. I don't think I would wear them every day, but I don't hate them. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you're a Tim Burton fan because I'm going to title this video doing Tim Burton makeup. So I'm assuming you either like Tim Burton or you just like me. But I am curious to know either way, who is your favorite Tim Burton character? Mine is Jack Skellington. Alright, and I think that this is the base and the brows all done. Is it giving Tim Burton? Now I'm going to set it with my good old granny powder. Alright, now that we got the base done, well, the first part of the base, I've had a few people tell me lately that they think that I do my makeup in a weird order because I go brows, base, then eyes, then do the rest of my base, then I go back to finishing details on my eyes, then I finish with my lips. So I have been told that my makeup routine is like weird to some people, which is totally fine. That's valid. Different people do their makeup in different routines and different orders and stuff like that. There's no right or wrong way to do makeup in my opinion, and y'all already know the deal with me. I'm not here to tell you how to do your makeup. I'm just showing you how I do mine. Now, granted, today we're winging it together because I've never done Tim Burton style before. But we're going to get into the eyes. I'm trying to find my concealer. I laid it down. Here it is. I'm going to use this white concealer as an eye primer, and we're going to just pop a little bit on there like that. Like that. Take our sponge. Do a little 1, 2, 1, 2 like that, and do the same to the side. Now that the eyes are primed, we are going to get into using the eyeshadow palette. Oh, it's named after the characters. That's cute. This is Victoria, Emily, Victor, Eternal Love, Sweet Lilies, Corset, Upstairs, Butterfly, Cold Feet, Moonlight, Wedding Cake, Baby's Breath. The names are really cute. That's really cute. I like that. Okay, I think I'm going to start with Victoria, which is the darkest brown. I'm going to go in with this fluffy brush and dip into Victoria. Actually, before we get started, I'm going to go see why my babies are so upset because they're in there chirping up a storm, and usually by now they are getting ready to wind down for bed, so I'll be right back. See what's wrong with the babies. Okay, so one of them flew out of the brooder and didn't know how to get back in, but we got her in. They're all snuggled up, so hopefully they go to sleep soon and y'all don't have to sit there and listen to them in the background. But we're going to dip into Victoria, and we're going to just start smoking that on the outer corner. And we do want to go very big because everybody seems to have big round eyes. So usually I wing out my eyeshadow and go very snatched. But today we're going to try to go very round. And it's okay if it gets extra smoky down here, because I usually go in with black eyeliner in my waterline. But today we're going to go in with white, and that's going to make the eye pop. So we want to go really far down with the smoking of the eye right down here. Y'all know I'm the world's worst at explaining things, so just watch it happen, and maybe you'll catch on to what I'm doing. Who knows? I'm winging it. Okay, so please don't use this as a tutorial on how to do this. I'm winging it. I'm winging it. We're just hoping for the best. We got the outer corners. I'm going to take the same brush, same color, and I'm going to just pack it right here in the inner part of the eye. Something kind of like that. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to go in with that same brush and dip into Victor, which is a lighter brown. I will say, this brown right here, looking at it in the pan, I thought it was going to be like a warm chocolate brown, but it's actually very muted and cool toned. Love. Love, love, love. So now we're going to go in with Victor, and I'm going to lightly just start buffing out the edges where we put Victoria. Okay, as of right now, I am loving this. And now we're going to add a shimmer just for a little razzle dazzle. We have Upstairs. It's like this pinky purple chrome. Maybe. We have Emily, which looks like it has blue and green. Oh. Oh. I like that. And then we have Cold Feet, which is black, it looks like. Ooh. Okay, okay. I'm not a fan of this one. I'll be honest. I don't like the Cold Feet one. It's too dark and it has like no shimmer to it at all. Like, I'm not seeing any shimmer. I do like Emily. So I think this is the one I'm going to go with. Because if I have to choose between green and pink, I'm going to choose green. So I'm going to just take this on my pointer finger. And we are going to just pop that on the lid. Just for a little razzle dazzle. Okay, I like it. I like it. It's not as ra-da-da-da in your face as I usually would go for when it comes to my shimmers. But for this particular look, I love how subtle it is. It's just like a subtle shine, but not like in your face. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Pretty happy with how they look right now, so I'm going to leave the eyes alone and we're going to focus on going in with powder contours. And then I will do some finishing touches on the eyes with liner and lashes and all of that good stuff. And to give my face that really sunk in effect, I'm just going in right here on both sides where my cheekbone naturally, where my face naturally sinks in. Like that. And then we'll just pat out the rest. And we're going to say thank you, universe, for giving me such beautiful cheekbones. Thank you so much. I don't know what I did to deserve them, but thank you so much. I'm also going to go through and contour my collarbones just to make them stand out a little more, which obviously you can't see because of how my phone is set up. I put my phone up higher than usual and because I wanted you to see all of the spooky gloriousness before I take it down. So I wanted to enjoy one last hurrah with all of my spooky stuff before I take it down and put up my Christmas stuff. Because around here we skip Thanksgiving. It has no significant meaning to me whatsoever, so I skip right over that. As soon as Mariah defrosts and says it's time, then baby it's time. Halloween goes down, Christmas goes up, bim bam boom, and it stays up until the new year. Which, speaking of, what do you want for Christmas? I've been thinking about what I want, and I genuinely cannot think of anything. I can't think of anything. You know what I asked for last year? A Swiffer. A Swiffer. I said, when did I become so boring? I don't know what happened, but I used to, I used to have a list as long as my body about things that I wanted. And now all of a sudden, something changed when I turned 20. When I turned 20, it stopped being like fun stuff and it started turning into like adult stuff. A Swiffer. I'm this close to asking for a vacuum this year. How boring do I sound? I sound like a 40-year-old woman or something. I don't know. But I feel like I don't ask for anything fun anymore. And of course, you can always give me makeup. Not you specifically. You don't have to give me anything, honey. All you gotta do is sit and watch my video, and that is more than enough. But I meant like my family. They always know they could just give me makeup, and I'll be happy with that as well. But I really don't know what I want this year. I can't think of anything. I'm so boring now. I kind of want to use this Eternal Love right here. This color. It's like a muted pinkish purple. I kind of want to use that as a blush. I think it'll be really pretty. So I am going to get a fluffy brush and we will use that. This one might be a little too big. Nope, that'll work. And then we're just going to put that right on the top of the cheek. I can't believe Christmas is already a month away. And then we're going to be in 2026. I don't know about you, but 2025, it feels like a mix of we just started and we've been in it for 4 years. You know what I mean? Time has been so crazy lately. Like, this month has been all over not just this month, this year. This entire year has been all over the place. But it's about to be over. Hopefully 2026 is a little more peaceful for the world. Because I feel like there has been something chaotic happening every other week. So hopefully everything kind of chills out. I like that. I like that. Ooh, this color is really pretty. Might add a little bit on the forehead for more of that, like, yeah, exactly. Whatever that is, that. Very that. Little on the chin, little on the nose. I also did contour my nose using the same exact two eyeshadow colors, Victoria and Victor. Perfect contour colors. Perfect contour. Using that same fluffy brush from before, I'm going in with that Eternal color, and I'm just taking it really dramatically under the eye to give me that, like, zombie-ish, no sleep kind of look. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love how this is turning out. For a first time, I think this is okay. I think it's okay. Again, I'm not trying to look like anybody specific. Like, I want to make that very clear, because I know some people are a little weird when it comes to doing character makeup. I really don't try to do character makeup. I'm also going to add a bit of this to the eye. I just really love this color. I kind of wish I had started with it, but it's really pretty. But if you'll notice, during spooky season, I really didn't do any characters per se. I think the only one that I did was the Joker. If I remember correctly, he was the only one that was an actual character. Everything else was kind of just open for interpretation. Like werewolf or vampire, you know, things like that. Like, there's no specific way to do it. Because when it comes to doing character makeup, if you do one wrong thing, that's all the comments are going to be about. You didn't do the right color. Your eyes aren't the right color. Your hair is the wrong color. You didn't do that. That person... It's exhausting. It's exhausting. So I personally avoid doing characters for that reason. I know during spooky season and Halloween, everybody wants to dress up and stuff like that. I would rather just do my own thing, and that is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing me as a Tim Burton character, but I'm not trying to be a Tim Burton character. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get to the end of this and somebody be like, well, that doesn't look like da-da-da. Well, that's because I'm not trying to be da-da-da. I'm just doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You're smart and pretty. You understand. Now that I look like I've been beaten with no sleep, I think this is perfect. So I am going to go add finishing details, lashes and liner and all of that good stuff, and I will be back with the overall finished look. Alright, my beautiful loves, and this is the Tim Burton inspired makeup look all done. Get into it. These are a pair of gray contacts that I had. Bless you. Bless you. Are you okay? Sorry, my dog was having a sneezing attack. These are the Nova Mass contact lenses. I got these during spooky season. I got a red pair, a yellow pair, and this gray pair, but I couldn't think of a look to use them for, so I kind of figured that this would be perfect for them. But that's what contacts they are. If you're interested, I got them on Amazon. And yeah, this is the look all done. I kind of love how this turned out for my first time ever doing Tim Burton inspired makeup. I think this looks pretty decent. Is it the best Tim Burton makeup you're ever going to see in your life? No, I highly doubt it. But I do think that it looks decent. I like it. Am I going to do this again next spooky season? Absolutely. Absolutely. Alright, and I think that this is going to be it for the video. We're going to take in all of the spookiness one final time before I take it down, because from this point on, everything that's spooky right now is going to be festive for Christmas. I went and got all of my Christmas stuff out of storage earlier today, so I am going to start taking all of this down. But I love you. Stay beautiful as always. If this is your first time seeing me, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our beauty family. My goal is to hit 1,000 before the year is over. We are currently at 800 and something, so less than 200 away from 1,000, which is exciting. And I am also trying to hit 10K on TikTok. I am currently 300 away from that. So that is my personal goals before 2025 officially ends, is to hit both of those. So if you would like to help me try to do that, hit the subscribe button. You can go over to TikTok. I'll put it up on my screen. It's the same username as on here, Queen Renee 2003. And you can also see the feathered babies that were chirping in the background. I post them over there all the time, and all of my fur babies, and yeah, all of that good fun stuff. And all the rest of it you know how to do. Hit the bell, thumbs up, leave a comment. You could just say hi. It could be about the makeup, whatever. I love you so beautiful as always.